Welcome to Rick's Scale Model Fix and another kit review. This time we're going to be looking at ClearProp's 1/48 scale XA2D1 SkyShark, and the kit number for this one is CP4802, and it's got some lovely digital artwork on the box top there and a very catching pattern and logo. So ClearProp's a new brand to me. I've never seen any of their kits before, so I jumped at the chance when I was offered this one from ClearProp, so thank you very much for sending that. Let's have a look round the box and do the box top tour. So looking at the side of the box, it looks as though we've got 4 aircraft options given in the kit, 2 in overall natural metal and 2 blue ones. On the other side of the box we've got some dimensions, parts count, photo etch, resin, age warning, and the resin parts are produced by ResKit there, made in the Ukraine. On the box ends we've got some photos of the model under construction showing the inclusion of the photo etch. That ejector seat looks quite tantalising there. And on the other end of the box we've just got repetition of the logo and the box artwork. So in a similar fashion to Zvezda, the box top is a sleeve, and once that's removed it reveals a flip top cardboard box that is jam-packed with sprues. Now, as they say, presentation is everything, so it's really nice to see that everything is packaged up in Ziploc bags, clearly marked, and contains quite a few bits and pieces, as we can see. It's nice to see that we've got Canopy Masks. That's the instruction booklet. And there's some metal gun barrels and pitot tubes. A decal sheet with the full complement of stencil markings and the kit options, along with a photo etch sheet. And last but not least, what looks to be colour instruction booklet. So taking a look at the instruction booklet, it's printed on glossy paper in, I think, A5 size. There's a little bit of a blurb about the aircraft type. I think that's just taken from Wikipedia from when I did a little bit of research myself about the type. I wasn't really familiar with the SkyShark, so it'll be interesting to learn a little bit about the airframe as we progress through. So we've got ammo of make, colours. Turning the page, we've got the obligatory parts map. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 sprues, one of which is clear. It's nice to see that we've got a single moulded canopy if you wish to have it closed, and a 2-piece one if you want to pose it open. Some canopy masks, clear film for the instrument panels on the etched, some resin parts for the ejector seat, and the 2 decal sheets. So it's pointed out at the bottom there that you can build it with the wings folded or extended. So the instructions look to be easy to understand. They're very well drawn and easily to follow. So straight away we've got options as to whether you want to decal or to sandwich and laminate that clear acetate behind the etched panel. Ejector seat, multi-part with a separate frame. Head box coming together with seat belts and the other bits and pieces before we start moving on to the centre console sidewall detail and the instrumentation. That's all then coming together to make up a cockpit tub. We've got the intakes and exhausts, I think, there being assembled, and these are then in turn cemented and attached to the sides of the fuselage, before we finally see the fuselage coming together at the bottom of page 7 with all the internals that are needed to complete that assembly. So it's looking very detailed. Turning over the page again, we have some more detailed parts for the cockpit, instrument levers in equipment levers in photo etch before the wings and the wheel bays are built up. Elevators and tail planes before they are then added to the waiting fuselage. And then we've got some exhaust sections to be added to the side venting exhaust, fuselage side vent exhaust. Undercarriage broken down into separate hubs and wheel halves, so it'll be interesting to see if the fit is good there. Undercarriage leg looks to be very well detailed again with photo etch parts. Nice to see a little enlarged diagram showing the correct position of the landing gear. Undercarriage doors being built up with their etched hinges, so it's quite a lot of photo etch in this. So it's going to be for advanced modelers with some previous ability of working with photo etch. You've got the tail wheel well there. Drop tank and pylons, I think they're the flaps in stage 34 there. Turning the page and we've got bits and pieces being added. The ventral air brake, arrestor gear, onto this contra-rotating propeller at the bottom of page 12, section 36 and 37. Canopy coming on with those props, and then the wing fold either extended or folded, and that's quite comprehensively detailed there with some photo etch bits and pieces. Flaps going on, like I said, wings folded or extended, and that sees the build complete. And we've just got some of the company's other products there on the back of the instruction booklet. So it looks to be a very, very comprehensive kit, probably along the same sort of lines as the Edard Profipack kits with all the photo etch and resin parts. Painting and marking diagrams are included for 4 airframes, nicely printed on A4 glossy paper, and a further A4 sheet, double-sided, with all the stencil detail for the silver and the glossy sea blue examples there. So a very nicely presented kit. Let's have a look at the plastic. So taking a look inside these zip lock bags, we've got the first one, which is the canopy parts, which are beautifully moulded. Nice to see that we've got one complete section should we wish to have the canopy closed, or the split one if you want to have the canopy open. And I think it's going to be a must to have the canopy poised open on this model, just to see all that lovely cockpit detail. Included in the same bag of the clear parts of the resin items, and we'll just empty these out onto the cutting mat and have a look. So we've got the ejector seat, which is lovely in resin there. Seat frame, which is going to take some very careful clean up to remove the flash around the framework, but a sharp brand new blade will make short work of that, I'm sure. Head box, and I'm not too sure what these two parts are without taking a look through the instruction booklet. So we'll put all these back so we don't lose any of the smaller parts, and we'll have a look at the main fuselage components in the next bag. So there's quite a bit crammed into this one, and it's looking to be quite a large airframe. I don't think I've truly appreciated the size of the aircraft. So it's a very dark grey plastic, quite hard, feels nice, and it is absolutely covered with the most gorgeous rivet detail. I don't know if the camera can pick that up properly. So first impressions, it looks really, really nice. There's no obvious mould imperfections. That's really quite nice. I'm quite surprised for a sort of smaller company to produce something of that standard for what is their first kit, 4802 I think it said on the box. The second kit is clearly quite impressive. So just looking sometimes with the limited run kits, there's no alignment pins, which is sometimes a good thing, but there are with this one. It's a very, very small, just on those mating surfaces. So that's the fuselage. And then we've got that giant contra-rotating propeller system, again, which is well moulded, no sink marks or any distortion in any of the plastic parts there. And to the smaller next sprue, we've got the cockpit floor, air brakes detail, some internal structure there, tail wheel by the looks of it. Another smaller sprue, and we've got the arrestor hook and some other airframe details and pitot tubes and small items there. So the last sprue N in that bag, we've got a drop tank, plastic seat, and those openings for the fuselage venting exhaust stacks. So this bag marks CP4802 number 1, and we have, I'm assuming, the exhaust ducting or intake ducting there, the flat plastic instrument panel ready for that laminate. There's also one with some raised detail on there for that decal sheet. Nice to see that there's also a plastic option for the seat framework by the looks of things, and some nice cockpit detail for the sidewalls and instrument panels. Next sprue's got the flaps, undercarriage bay walls, other bits and pieces there. I think the hinges for the wing folder there as well, so they look quite sturdy and robust. And then we've got the elevators and the upper wing sections, and again the rivet detail on those is fabulous. So taking a look in bag CP4802 bag 2, we've got a number of sprues again of the same size. So we've got the lower surface of the wings and the flaps, again with that lovely rivet detail there. The wheels, hubs, brake disc detail, the brake hub detail on that is really nice. Well, wing sections, and the centre wing section for the lower surface of the model there, again featuring some lovely rivet detail and engraved access panels. So we have some Canopy Masks. They look very similar to Eduard product, maybe yellow masking tape, Tamiya tape, and instructions and layout on how to use those. So that's nice to see those included, and it'll make masking that canopy a lot easier. And the last bag in the kit contains that photo etch sheet. So we've got instrumentation and some structural details there, hinges, etc., catching the light from the camera there. And then we've got the two small decal sheets, one with all the aircraft markings, which look to be well printed, slightly matte, maybe satin, and then a very comprehensive sheet of stencil data. It's interesting to note as well that they've got the white, I'm assuming, for the blue machine, and the black for the silver natural metal machines. So there we have ClearProp's 1/48 scale XA 2D1 SkyShark. It's a very unusual looking aircraft, probably looking along the same sort of lines as the Gannet and Wyvern, and it's one that I'm looking forward to actually getting on the bench as soon as time allows. Just a small point that I think the metal gun barrels and pitot tubes are available as a separate detail set and not included with this kit. For further information, please check out the ClearProp Models website. I must express my gratitude and sincere thanks to ClearProp for the review sample, and until next time, everybody please look after yourselves, take care and stay well.